The Torah is not only a guide to living a life of truth within the physical world, it's also the literal blueprint and DNA of this physical world. Our physical world is a projection, an emanation of a deep spiritual reality described by the Torah. And this is the meaning of the Midrash, Istakla Baraiso Bar Alma. Hashem looked into the Torah and used it to create the world. The physical world is an emanation, an expression of Torah, the spiritual root of existence. As such, every single word of Torah is of infinite value. The Rambam, echoing this idea, explains that if one rejects a single word of the Torah, it is as if he rejected the entire Torah. The Ramban explains in the introduction to his commentary on Bereshis that the entire Torah is one elongated Shem Hashem, one elongated name of Hashem. In other words, it's one interconnected sefer, a single organic entity. Just as a single missing chromosome can affect an entire human being, the same is true for a Sefer Torah. Even a single missing letter renders the entire text puzzle. Every single word and letter in the Torah is absolutely fundamental. So if this is true, the beginning of Parshas Mase seems troubling. The first 49 psukim in the Parsha list one by one the various places that the Jewish people passed through along their journey in the Midbar. In the majority of these places, nothing of note occurred. The Jewish people simply passed through, so why is it necessary to mention every single place, every single stage of our journey? There's a story of a man who wanted to climb a mountain and calculated that it would take him roughly a month to reach the top. So he bought the supplies, packed the food, and started his climb. About 2 weeks into his climb, he saw a helicopter in the distance. As the helicopter got closer, the pilot slowed down, lowered his window, and called out, "Are you okay? Where are you heading?" The man shouted back, "I'm great, I'm climbing this mountain." So intrigued, the pilot responded, "Really? How long have you been climbing?" "About 2 weeks," he replied, "and I have another 2 weeks to go." The pilot thought for a second and had an idea. "Why don't you hop on board and I'll fly you to the top, and this way you'll save so much time." He smiled, shook his head, and explained, "I don't want to be on the top. I want to climb to the top." Very often we want to be perfect. We don't want to learn, we want to know. We don't want to exercise, we want to be healthy. We don't want to build relationships, but we want deep and intimate connection. The goal of life is not to be perfect or achieve all of your goals instantaneously, because you'll never be perfect. The goal of life is to become perfect, to endlessly strive for more. You'll never arrive at perfection, but you can get closer and closer every day. The goal is not to be on top, it's to climb a little more every single day. So many people hate the journey of growth because they want nothing more than to be at the destination. But the journey of growth is only enjoyable when you learn to enjoy the journey itself, when you fall in love with the process of growth, when you look forward to the daily struggle, to incremental stages of progress. That is when you find true happiness. The goal is necessary, but its importance lies only in how it allows you to journey towards greatness. Every goal is only temporary, because whenever you accomplish it, you'll almost immediately create a new one. And there are even times when we realize that our goal was not even possible or appropriate to begin with, but it still helped us head towards the right direction. And the Ramban famously quotes the claims of the fool who challenges the pursuit of truth. After all, he claims, if we'll never reach absolute truth because it transcends our limited minds, then what's the point of pursuing wisdom? It's better to not journey at all. But the Ramban responds with a profound insight. He says that the goal is not to reach absolute truth, because this is impossible. The goal is to endlessly strive along the winding path towards truth, always getting closer, even without reaching the actual endpoint. Every single step we take is progress, and this is the goal of life, an endless journey, but one where we enjoy every single stage of growth and evolution. And this is why all the places are listed in Parshas Mase, because the Jewish people were on a spiritual journey, and every step along the way was essential to that journey. It wasn't only about arriving in Eretz Yisrael, arriving at the destination. It was about growing through every step of the journey, every step of the process. And we all travel through the journey of life, trying to grasp the ultimate objective truth, as well as fulfill our own personal purpose. And as Parshas Mase teaches us, every step of our journey is of ultimate importance. But more important still is the necessity to be a journeyer, to continuously grow through life. We are here to achieve greatness, and living without a higher why is not truly living. We are the unique creation of Hashem that has been placed in a confusing and dark world, in a state of confusion, with the mission of becoming perfect. Find your unique mission, embrace the struggle, and head towards the infinite while enjoying every step of the process.